That's shit you invest in.
No, it's not.
That's you buying a call on Alcoa.
I don't want to talk to you right now. Don't ruin it for me. My call on Alcoa ends in the middle of December.
What?
But
okay, cool. We'll give her a couple minutes.
Like some of our graphs will start to look
SLV or
SLV, yeah.
Oracle.
Shh. What?
Thank you.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to people online. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues in the last show, and I'm glad we got it back working up. Hopefully we'll stay online again. Who knows? Things happen. Anyway, welcome back to hour 2, right? It's really like hour 1, but hour 2, depending on when you're listening to it.
The first hour of the second.
The first second, yeah, something like that.
First hour.
All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Larry Steinhouse. We got another great hour lined up, and Dr. Deb is out today. She's taking a well-deserved day off. Once again, it's just me. My favorite is really Troublemaker, and of course, Brian Lorman, the stock option aviator. Okay. We had a cool conversation last show about how much money we were making. And I don't know if anybody's still listening from the last show, but wow, it was some cool stuff.
You're crying.
All right, we got another hour packed with everything that matters to you about your financial future, stock options, real estate investing, retirement planning, taxes, interest rates, and the latest headlines that can impact your money. As always, we're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, where every week we teach people how to build wealth through smart investing. If you've ever wanted to learn stock options or real estate investing from people who actually do it every day, go to
investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
And you can sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night and learn this stuff.
How much it costs?
It's free.
It's free?
It's free.
It's free.
They can come for free. And it's not a sales pitch. I love to tell people this. This is not a sales pitch. What's important, it's not a sales pitch. It's actually a class that the people have paid for, that other people have paid for. You're going to get to sit in on a class. Some things you may not grasp everything because, depending on where you are. But if you grasp, whatever you grasp, you can learn something. But more importantly, you can learn the style in which we teach. You can learn so many different things that you have never seen before. All right, I want to talk about also the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan, collect like a king. It's designed for accredited investors seeking income-focused investment opportunities. Don't forget, investments involve risk, including the possible loss of principal. Returns are not guaranteed. Investment opportunities are available only through the applicable private placement memorandum and other offering documents. Please review all risks carefully and consult your financial, legal, and tax advisors before investing. Past performance does not guarantee future results. I hate saying that stuff because we're doing so well with this fund, but I have to say it because the law says I have to say it, of course, right? All right. I want you to give us a call and talk to us about anything you want at
855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
All right, whether it's stock options, real estate, retirement, mortgages, taxes, or anything that's keeping you up at night financially, we'd love to hear from you. So grab another cup of coffee, turn up the radio, and let's make your financial future a little brighter. Mm-hmm. All right, so I think we actually have Nancy on the line. Is that possible? Was Nancy there or no? Oh.
It is the Nancy. The Nancy. Ooh, we love your stories.
I love stories. Uh-oh. This was your really this was your cousin?
Let's see you tomorrow.
Oh wait, you're talking about we're extremely strange and weird.
All right, now she's coming around full circle.
Yeah. So, want to tell everybody how much money you're making?
Exactly. Yeah. You want to share your story, your numbers? Stop being so greedy.
So, did you see something interesting? No. She was actually embarrassed. So listen to this, Nancy. I'm going to teach you something. You were embarrassed to say you're only making $6,000 a month. It was interesting the way you came across. It was like, no, I'm only making 6,000, but I want to make 10. I want to make 20. How much money do you have in your account that makes you $6,000 a month? Okay, so with $100,000, you're making $6,000 a month. Now we had a caller, and the last guy, like he was a hard money lender, and he finally realized the difference between a month and a year. You know, and
stop. Just stop.
You don't like when I tell the truth?
No, because I want to see him on a Thursday.
I want to see him on a Thursday too.
Thank you. So
because I want to show him how he can make the same money he's making a month that he was making a year.
Correct.
Right. But remember, like so this guy's making on $100,000, he's making $11,000 in a year.
In a year.
Nancy's making $6,000 in a month.
In a month.
Right, and she's a brand new student. Well, relatively new student, right?
Yeah.
And she wants to make more.
So you know what's funny to me? Because we all make those numbers. Anywhere between 6, I always like to say 6 and 8%. Of course, we see the 9. Of course,
11. We've seen 11.
We see the 5. No, oh my God, the first month of
Tomaree.
Of Tomaree.
Yeah. There's the company we have. So we 15. Took money. It was 15.
It was 15%. I don't know how.
It was an unusual number. It doesn't. I tell when you get numbers like that, it's just the planets aligned. And it just but it doesn't really. I mean, 7 or 8% is, believe it or not, those are the realistic numbers.
Now, how sad you are that you only make 6, which means you only make 72% a month.
It's a year.
I'm sorry,
72,000
a year.
She makes $72,000 off of her $100,000, right? But you need to understand, they have more money in as you. And the other thing, too, is you're crushing it making $6,000 a month.
Exactly. Stop. Good.
But listen to this, right? That's right.
Correct.
And it was the best thing we ever did for you. And I think I still owe you a dinner and Omri a dinner, right? Right.
Good.
Now, interestingly enough, right? So listen to the listen to how she feels, right? She feels that $6,000 is enough. It's not enough. Listen to the change in mindset. Could you imagine if I told you a year ago, Nancy, before you became a student, you'd make $6,000 a month over $100,000? What would you have said then? Of course, right? And not only would you have said that that's a lot of money? Right. and then taking 2% off the top because that's what his fee was. Yeah. So you're probably making 4 to 5%. Yeah, because your husband still doesn't believe you. It's amazing. It's amazing when you show results, right?
So we started something in the previous hour, and I want to ask you something, because to me, it's I do a research right now. What's the response you're getting from your husband when you're telling him all that? Me too. Me too. What's the response? What's the defense? What are you hearing from the people? They don't believe it. Yeah, yeah. Something must be wrong. Exactly. No.
It's a Fonzie scheme.
Fonzie scheme, yeah,
It's a
right?
Fonzie scheme. Does that mean it's really cool?
We're going to teach her. So we're actually going to teach her how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there was some problems online in the some problems with the audio online. I'm hoping it's fixed. Let me know if it's fixed. I think I just completely fixed it. I didn't realize we had more problems, but that's cool. Now you guys can probably hear Nancy now, and probably there's no more buzz. So I'm sorry about that. But Nancy, you were skeptical too, remember?
I was. But I liked the style of teaching. I learned stuff in this class, this free class. It was a class. I had no idea what anybody was talking about. And I liked all the people. I just liked everything about it. And so I jumped in feet first.
Good.
I tell you, the funny thing is, like, Nancy's not the only one. We have people all the time. They come here and they have no idea. They're like, we remember Svetlana's story? Svetlana came to us and she's like, I want to quit my job. And she actually didn't even say she wanted to quit my job. She said she quit her job yesterday because she said, I'm going to be able to teach her how to make money, so much money that she just never has to go to work again. And I said, that was a bad idea. And she goes, no, I trust you. I'm like, that was a bad idea. Not to trust me, but a bad idea that you could quit your job. And sure enough, she did exactly what she said she was going to do. It was a combination of what I taught her and a combination of what she wanted to do with her life. So Nancy, you're awesome as always.
And she's crushing it.
You're awesome as always. And
love.
And if you want to come
boys.
And if you want to come in and meet Nancy, she'll be there Thursday night because she comes to class almost every night. Mm-hmm. And you can definitely talk to Nancy and see what Nancy has to say. Because I'm telling you, this is the kind of stuff that we do. It's real. And it amazes me how people don't believe me. They don't believe it. I actually got to the point where I don't care. You don't believe me? Stay broke. I don't care. Stay with your crab friends. You know, the crab that...
Oh, my goodness. Bye, loves.
What was that about?
Completely random. Bye, Nancy.
What was that about? That was weird, wasn't it?
I have no idea what just happened.
Maybe she stepped on one of her cats.
Yeah, something happened.
I don't know why.
Maybe she opened up her checkbook and saw how much money she had.
It could be. Maybe she figured out it's more than 6% a month.
Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So you can join us too at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. And of course, if you want to come and meet us and Nancy in person, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and be our next success story.
Yes, and we love success stories. By the way, that's what I get up for.
I know.
So, we talk about the
That's
champagne,
why, don't you see,
champagne and profits
I know.
event. So we have one event a year. It's in February. We do this in February, and it's hysterical because it's the absolute truth, right? So listen, I'm sorry if you guys are listening online. I make a lot of money. I don't need to come here. I don't need to teach you people how to get rich. I don't need to do any of this. I could stay home all day long and watch TV like my mother does, and be able to buy anything I want and go anywhere I want and do anything I want.
Larry, you can do it physically. You can do it mentally.
That's fine, but
can't.
so what I do is so every February, as we get closer, we'll talk about it. We have something called Champagne and Profits, where literally I have a big party in my office, and everybody has to
drink champagne
and tell me how great I am. Right, and we actually bring them up in front of class, and they tell me their success stories. And if I hear enough success stories, I do it for another year. Right, you remember last year, right? Like somebody gets up, they tell a success story. Okay, that's such a great success story. I'll do it for 2 more months.
2 more months.
Then another one comes up. I'll do it for 3 more months. Then finally we get to this last one. I go, all right, I'll do it for another year. And then we go to the next Champagne and Profits event, and I do it again. Because I'm looking for, at this point, I just want to see how many people I can help.
Good.
Because it's so much fun. And look, I'm a capitalist. Sorry, I charge. And that's, we make a lot of money charging people to do it. Well, actually, we don't even make that much. The school doesn't make that much money. We guys, it's funny. Nobody ever believes me when I say that the school doesn't make all that much money. It actually makes just enough money to cover itself, plus a little bit, and that's about it. But everything else we're teaching, we actually do. And that's where we make our money from. That's where I make my money from. That's where Brian makes his money from. That's where Omri makes his money from. Omri makes his money from real estate and from the stock market. Brian makes his money from all stock market. You don't have any real estate anymore, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, and then Debbie makes her money mostly from real estate and some stock market stuff, and I make my money from both. And that's what we do. We teach the same exact things that we do every day.
Correct.
And when somebody comes in like Nancy gets me all excited because Nancy is so successful now doing this.
Nancy also do real estate and stocks.
Yeah, she has a pretty nice, pretty interesting,
yes,
I should say, real estate portfolio. It's an interesting one, and she for years she's owned this property that she's doing really well with, and then now she's starting to make money with covered calls, and she's crushing it.
So people sometimes are very scared of stocks.
Yeah, of course.
And we want to explain that we are one of the strongest thing we put on our flag is the fact that diversity is a
diversification.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's a very high priority.
Right, not diversity, equity, and inclusion.
What?
Never mind.
Okay, you do it.
DEI is very important to our investment strategy.
Correct. So we will never tell you to put all your money in the stock market. We will never put you in a position that will put you and your future in risk. We believe there is a way to have a bit of both. And that's why many of us still have real estate. We don't sell our real estate and put everything in the stock market to make 6, 7, 8, 9% a month. Because diversity is one of the most important things.
Yes, agreed. And, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Since you said diversity, and I brought up DEI, diversity, equality, and inclusion.
What is it?
So it's it's how people used to hire people. So if there was you.
Oh my God! But we're not talking about that.
No, but I want to go. I want to go there. Okay.
Sure.
So have you noticed that in our class, that people from all walks of life,
correct,
different colors,
yes,
different people, poor people, rich people, they walk in and everyone comes in and they're all welcomed, and everyone has positive encouragement, and everyone learns to learn.
Because everybody has one thing in common. That's how it works.
And what is that one thing in common?
That they all want to make money.
They all want to make money, and they all want to learn something they haven't learned before. They want to do something. They want to be around people who are positive.
Yeah.
They want to, and the one thing when you come in is everyone is positive.
Agreed.
It's funny because you the people who are not positive. So like if you go to your friend and you say, "Hi, I'm a real estate investor." "Oh, what are you, an idiot? You're a blah 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 blah." I guarantee you that person makes less money than you. Guaranteed. Right?
we see them sometimes in the class.
Right, and then you have the other
Sometimes they
side.
don't stay until the end.
Yeah, they leave. Right.
I know.
Then you have the other people who if somebody comes into me and and I make a lot of money, they come into me, they go, listen, I have a business idea, I want to do this. I'm like, oh, tell me more about that. That sounds interesting. Now, why is that? Because I want to encourage them. Now, maybe I'll give them some things to think about that business may not work, but whatever it may be. But the whole idea is I want to encourage them to do their business. I want to encourage them to be better than they are.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I make more money than them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, that's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing is if you find people who make more money than you, those are the people you want to hang around with. The people who make less money, you want to run. Because those people will give you no advice. They'll only tell you how to stay broke.
It's true.
The
Stay in
crab's
touch.
pulling you down.
Yeah.
What's
The
that?
crab's pulling you down.
The crab's pulling you down, right. So you're right. So one of the things I tell people is if anybody gives you financial advice, what's the first question you ask them?
Are you a millionaire?
Are you a millionaire? So if one of your friends says, hey, you should buy SpaceX, right? Yeah, you should buy SpaceX. Yeah, you should. That's what you should do. Yep. Next question, you say, are you a millionaire? And they say no. You say, thank you for telling me exactly what not to do.
I'm curious where SpaceX is right
It's a
now.
125.
Ah, okay.
Right? So I did a video when it hit
I
over
know.
200. I did a video. I said, don't buy SpaceX till it hits 80. And guess what? We're heading right for it. And 80 is going to be the price, by the way. Now everybody's like, oh no, I wanted to buy it first because I want to be one of the first people to buy SpaceX. Why?
Glory, I guess.
Why? Yeah. Why do you want to be one of the first people to buy SpaceX? Who in the world wants to buy a stock that's going to go down?
FOMO.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know.
FOMO?
Fear
Fear of
FOMO.
missing out.
FOMO.
Fear
What
of
is it?
missing out.
Fear of missing
Fear
out.
of missing out?
Right. Yeah. So,
That's fine.
and what are you going to miss out on? You're going to miss out on losing money with everybody else.
I don't know.
I mean, there are people who pay $220 for that stock, and now
Yeah.
it's down to $120. So why would you buy it? And I mean, it was so obviously predictable. Now, people are like, well, what do you mean it was obviously predictable? Elon Musk and SpaceX are brilliant, blah, 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 blah. Because every IPO does the same thing. That's what makes it obvious. Every IPO starts out, it spikes, and then it cuts in half.
Yeah.
And half, around where it was, 160 to 80 is about what it should be. And then it'll move. It'll move for a while.
Yeah.
It'll move maybe to 70, maybe to 90. But we'll make, I tell you, it'll become a great covered call stock.
I think so at some
It
point.
will, but not now because you're going to lose too much money on it.
I know. Moves
But
too
when,
much.
when it's in the 80 range, and we have that range for a good number of weeks or months, that's when we'll add it to our portfolio. But now I wouldn't touch it with your money.
Yeah. True. So let's talk about that in a more professional way for people that are doing it and are part of us. What do you think right now is a good covered call stocks?
Well, I think it's good covered call stocks,
Yeah.
the same ones we've been dealing with.
We are the same ones.
Yeah, same thing. So we have
We have many ones that are very high right now.
We have 15 stocks that we choose from. And then we rarely go away from those 15 stocks. Sometimes they're all too high and we just can't buy them.
Yeah.
So then we'll move away from them. But most of the time, there's just the 15 stocks.
Yeah.
And we're not playing all 15.
No.
We're between
of course.
7 and 10 of them at all times.
Correct, yeah.
Because it doesn't work. And that's another thing. People can't get that. They're like, what do you mean? Well, I have this program that I paid thousands of dollars for that tells me what stock to pick every day. I said, how's that working out for you? Well, I haven't made any money yet. Well, maybe you should stop following the stupid advice of stupid people that charge you $5 or $6 grand for a program that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Start following us. If at first you don't succeed, do what Larry told you to do the first time.
Yeah, the first time. Exactly that.
And it's amazing because that's the truth. By the way, if you guys want to take a class, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. You're listening to the Larry Steinhouse show. I always forget to say that. So people they turn the radio like, who are these guys talking about money? Who are these guys telling me that I should go there and make a 6 and 7, 8% a month on my money? Who are these guys? I don't believe them. Well, I'm going to just turn the radio off. That's another thing. They'll turn the radio off because, what do you mean? The guy the financial show afterwards and the financial show before, not the financial show before, it's not a financial show anymore, but the financial show afterwards is going to say I should buy annuities and throw my money away. It's a much better idea to buy an annuity that I'm going to lose 6% a year, which is the most incredible thing. I cannot believe that annuity salespeople have the conscience to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to rip somebody else off today.
It was a very good discussion on Tuesday.
Yeah, on annuities?
You don't remember?
Oh, yeah.
We met a registered rep.
Yeah.
He's a retired registered rep.
Right.
During the event on Tuesday, and it was funny how he I don't know if it was a shame, but he basically tried in a very quiet way
to agree with us.
Yeah, right.
But that's what
like
he
he could,
did all his
like he
life.
couldn't admit it.
Yeah, it was like he was like, yeah, well, I'm not in the business anymore. That was what his comment was. It was hysterical.
I can neither confirm or deny.
Yeah,
that you're
no,
correct.
it wasn't even that. He actually, he without saying it, he said it. Like he used words that say that, yeah, these annuity salespeople are big ripoffs, and annuities are the greatest thing ever. If you're an annuity salesperson,
Exactly.
because they make so much money, they pay the most amount of money to the registered reps who are selling them, and that's why you should stay far away from them. How much money do we make if you put money into a stock option account? And we teach you how much do we make money do we make off your account?
Zero.
Nothing.
If we teach you how to do it, no.
Nothing, right?
Exactly.
We charge a fee to teach you. That's what we charge. After that, you're on your own.
It's also that the idea of why that annuity is so expensive is because of the people that are selling it, right?
Right.
That also applies over into life insurance too. And some people that want to get into infinite banking, they think that they can just go to their local insurance agent out in town, and I guarantee you that agent is not going to be able to deliver you the right policy because of the fees that go into paying for all those offices and all those locations. So not all whole life insurance policies are the same.
I mean, I find it funny that you get people like IULs. There's this whole new thing now. Doing infinite banking with IULs.
What is it? Explain.
So IUL, Index Universal Life. It is the worst product out there for infinite banking. But why are so many people doing it? Because there's now multi-level marketing companies that everyone makes a piece, and they don't know anything about infinite banking. They start teaching infinite banking using a policy called IUL, which is a Index Universal Life policy, and they literally the fact of how the policy works makes it a bad product for infinite banking.
It's an individual policy that everybody can buy?
Yeah. But so we're telling people to buy mutually owned life insurance, whole life insurance, traditional product, which I'm going to tell you in the beginning will pay you less money than an IUL. So if you look at the chart for the first 5 or 6 years, the IUL made more money for you. But as time goes by, the IUL literally implodes because the cost of the insurance is so expensive. And if the stock market has a bad year, you may be paying double or triple your premium just to keep the policy to not lose the money you put into it. Where a traditional whole life policy, if you're using it for infinite banking, will work. Now, if you guys have no idea what we're talking about infinite banking, and infinite banking is a whole different animal. It is something that people need to learn how to do. And it uses a vehicle called whole life insurance. And it doesn't work the same way as your traditional whole life insurance guy who says, yeah, buy whole life insurance me because I make more money if you buy whole life insurance. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a product that's designed for each person individually that helps them put money away and helps them be able to lend money and use this policy to make more money. And once you understand that, it'll blow your mind. Anyway, let's go to a commercial and we'll talk about this some more on the other side. This is Larry Steinhouse. You heard me talk. Clear.
Thanks.
Fund with returns so high that our attorney says we can't say them anymore. Listen, if you'd like to find out more about the fund, you can go to sultanif.com or simply send a text message to 26786 with the word Sultan. 26786 Sultan. This is not an offer to sell or a solicitation to buy securities. Any offering is made only by private placement memorandum and only to verified accredited investors under Rule 506C of Regulation D. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, I can't tell you everything we do in 30 seconds. So you need to come to class this Thursday night, and you need to learn and spend some time with us to see how you can make more money than you've ever made before. That's right. We'll teach you ways that you've never even heard of to make money. So go to investorschooling.com and sign up for this Thursday night's class. Take your complimentary class this Thursday. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there.
This is Dr. Deb from Investor Schooling. I get really excited when a student comes in the door and they say, guess what? I made $66. We get so excited because we know that is their first step to really making a change in their life. That $66 change is going to turn into a $1,200 change and a $2,500 change, and it's going to keep going up from there because we know that they're learning the system, they're making money, and they're doing really well. Come to learn how to do this too. Take a complimentary class Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up today.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, you need to take a complimentary class this Thursday. You need to learn how to invest in real estate. You need to learn how to invest in the stock market. You need to learn how to invest in stock.
Larry,
Yes.
How to make
for whatever this is worth, somebody was getting confused because I know that your website, I know you own .com and .net,
Right.
but they had trepidation, I guess, because it kept defaulting to .net, and they were
Yep.
like, "Is that him? Is that him?" I was like, "Yeah, he owns both." So if it's worth it to you, you might want to let people know at some point, like, yeah, that's the
Well, it
same
says
thing.
investor schooling.
I know, but people get they get nervous when like.
Yeah.
It's the people that don't call you in marketplace because everything is a scam.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We
they
are
get
such in
nervous.
defense.
They
Oh,
enter
yeah.
.com and suddenly they're on a .net. They're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it's the same website.
just like
It's
Charlie
funny.
and change
I know that.
That's funny.
investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
All right, you're back. You're back after this.
All right, cool.
Worry
Hard out 5930.
All right.
toilets, trash, or tenants.
Yeah,
I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
You're back.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with my co-host, Omri Morad, and Brian Lorman, who is the stock option aviator and the assistant fund manager for the Sultan Fund and the fund manager for the Aviator Fund. And we're just making a whole lot of money, having a good time, talking to you guys about anything you want to talk about. You could call us at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
So what's the difference between a capitalist and a socialist? Do you know?
A capitalist and a socialist? I don't know. The desire to get more?
I don't know. What do you think, Brian?
So the capitalist sees somebody who has something that they want, and they go up to that person and they say, "Hey, that's really cool. How did you get that? Show me how to get that." A socialist would look at that person and go, "Wow, that's really cool. I want that. You don't deserve that. You should give it to me."
Yeah, that's a really great description.
So I have another one for you.
Sure.
You ready? A capitalist is doing it to have. Socialist is doing it to live.
That's interesting.
And because there is no desire just to have something. It's all about living.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I always say that a socialist, right, could never make it in a capitalistic or a socialist environment. A capitalist will make it in both a socialist and a capitalist environment.
Why do you say the socialist won't make it in a socialist environment?
Because have you ever seen a socialist environment actually work?
They all go bankrupt at some point.
Well, they all go bad. Socialism is one of the things that causes more deaths to people than any other type of
Correct.
society there is.
Correct.
Because there's always someone who says, "I want more." Right? And then the capitalist goes out and figures out how to make more, where the socialist says, "I want more," kills people to get more.
So it's funny, we had a very interesting dinner on Thursday night.
Yeah, we did.
And there was a discussion about Social Security that I didn't like very much.
Yeah, we had dinner with a congressman.
Correct.
On Thursday night, we had a private dinner with a congressman, part of a fundraiser that I hosted, and there was a dozen people in the room. That was it. It was a very private conversation at my favorite restaurant, Capitol Grill, of course. And we had a conversation about at Social Security. Go ahead. What was the conversation?
So the discussion was that it's funny. It came from the capitalist that it's acceptable for certain people that they won't get Social Security benefits.
Right.
To me, if we'll reach the point that the rich people won't get the Social Security benefit like the poor people, okay, this is the beginning of socialism.
In a way, you may be right.
So, because what are we teaching our kids in a way is that if you won't try hard, somebody will take care of you. if you won't work hard, if you won't try hard, if you won't put 100% of yourself on it, you still have a soft landing. I don't like that.
Well, in America, we have a softish landing.
I agree.
Which I think is awesome.
But it should be for fatal situation.
Well, so
sometimes when it's that, and it's out there, people stop trying.
Right, but that's another problem. We got to teach people to not stop trying. You got people it's funny, they'll come to us and go, well, if I make that $7,000 a month off my $100,000, then I won't be able to get my Social Security disability anymore of $2,000.
It's exactly that.
What?
It's exactly that.
Why would you care about your $2,000 when you can be making $7,000?
People are not ashamed of that. I heard a tenant telling me that they can't pay their rent right now because if they would work, they will stop getting the benefit from Social Security.
Right. Which is crazy.
And I wanted to slam my head through a brick wall.
Yep.
It's horrible. What are we teaching?
We're teaching mediocrity at best.
And with that...
At best, we're teaching mediocrity.
And with that, and even though maybe we don't need it, maybe we need to donate it, we should actually, I don't believe that Social Security shouldn't be even to all people.
So here's the thing. I do.
You do?
Now, I will collect Social Security when I'm 67, and I'll collect a nice amount of money, a decent amount of money, but I don't need it.
Exactly.
But I was promised that when I started to work, I was promised that this money was being set aside for me.
You said that too.
Right.
I know. I
and
remember.
That's what matters to me. What matters to me is that someone keeps their promise.
Exactly.
Now, if somebody said that everybody that's 18 today, that starts working today, from that point on, that Social Security may or may not come to you. That's fine. At least the promise is the promise.
And we don't know what will happen. Okay? We hope for the best. We hope we'll continue to succeed. We hope for good. Why would I be in a position that I will have a question if I deserve it or not?
Right.
I don't like that.
See, it's like the Trump accounts. See, the Trump accounts are great for your kids for college education. Because why? Because it's your money.
Correct.
No one can take it away from you. If the economy goes bad and blah blah blah, they can't raid this fund like they raid the Social Security fund. They can't raid it. They can't say, "Oh no, you've been putting in $5,000 a year for all this time. You make too much money. You can't have it now." They can't do that. That's the difference between Social Security and the Trump account. So, like, if somebody said to me, "Okay, there's no more Social Security. There's an account that you can put your money into every year." That instead of Social Security, so you can either contribute to Social Security, or you can put it into this account. And if you put it into this account at the end of at a certain period of time, 65, 67, 70, you get the whole amount out, or you can have it annuitized. I don't care. Then that would be fine for me. But if you're going to tell me, and Social Security pays nothing. I mean, compared to how much money I put into it,
Correct.
compared to how much I'm taking out,
Correct.
It's not even close to 1% a year ish.
Correct, but there is a reason for that. It's not because of the poor and the rich. Because of the disabled people.
No, it's more than
that.
It's more than that.
I got you.
It is because of the poor and the rich, and it is because of the disabled people, and it is because
the
that's what it pays, and it's because that they've raided the damn fund so many times that they can't come up with a number that they give you. So Social Security is the largest Ponzi scheme in the world. So how it works is basically the new people coming into work, the 18-year-olds coming into work, are paying my checks. When I get my Social Security, they're paying my checks.
Correct.
Okay, and that's the Ponzi scheme. That's exactly what a Ponzi scheme is.
It wasn't supposed to be that way. They just mismanaged it, and they don't have enough money.
Well, whether they do or they don't, they also didn't expect people to live this long. They also didn't expect, they didn't expect so many people to make so much money. Then they cap it.
Correct.
Right, and I can't remember what this year's cap is for Social Security. Let me see what it is. So, and this is another thing I believe in. I actually believe that they shouldn't cap it. Now, this is kind of where I go off on the other side. Social Security cap 2025, 2026. Let me just look it up. So I think it's, I can't remember what it is. Hold on. It's, how much is it?
Tell us.
Maximum earnings.
In the meantime,
184,000. I thought it was 180. Okay,
How
so it's $184,500. So when you hit $184,500 in earnings,
they stop paying. That
you stop paying Social Security. Now, if you do that year after year after year, you get the maximum amount, which is right now it's $41.52 a month is what you get at age 62. If you put the maximum amount in every year. However, here's the problem I have with that, right? I don't have a problem with making it a maximum $4,250, whatever, a year for drawing it. I think that, if I'm making more than $185,000, which I make in a month, I've capped out my Social Security in a month, maybe 2 months, right? So now I no longer contribute to Social Security. I'm contributing to my own account because that's how the number's calculated, but I'm no longer contributing to anybody else's. I believe that number needs to not cap. Whatever, and look, and a lot of people would disagree with me and say, what do you mean? I'm paying money that I'm never going to see. That's okay. That's better for the system than it is, and it makes sure Social Security stays alive, and makes sure Social Security can be there for other people, and it makes it more fair for people who are making a lot of money to continue to contribute to it. That's just my own thought.
I mean, that would be another tax, basically.
Yeah, it's another tax, right?
And then,
and it is another tax.
The slippery slope is when the current way it's designed. You're paying in based on what you're going to withdraw.
Yep.
But it's not enough, which means somebody has raided the piggy bank, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you say, well, you now have unlimited tax on my earnings, then they're going to raid the piggy bank because there's going to be money in there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean,
Yeah.
So it's like it's the right thing to do, but you're going to get screwed.
I mean, I'm in the highest tax bracket, and they keep talking about raising the highest tax bracket, and it's life. That's what happens, So, and everybody knows that you could be in the highest tax bracket, and all you have to do is figure out ways to circumvent taxes. I don't mean lie or cheat. I mean, come up with deductions. I mean, there's a lot of things that I do. My Rolls Royce becomes 100% deductible because I use it for business only, so it becomes 100% deductible. So it's kind of a great place to be if you understand the taxes. There's 1,000 pages, over 1,000 pages, and almost all of them in the tax code, and almost all of them refer to how not to pay taxes, not how to pay taxes.
Good.
So you have to just learn it, and you have to learn how to pay less taxes.
Pay your kids.
They say Trump only paid $700 taxes one year. I mean, first of all, in the grand scheme of things, he paid a lot more than that. However, his federal taxes might have been $700 that year, and it might have been only because he had so many losses from years before that he carried them over.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't actually, so it just happened to be a great tax benefit for him that he only paid a certain amount of taxes every year.
It's funny, I'm doing it this year.
Yeah, you're carrying over your losses, right?
I take a loss from this year, and I will use it next year.
Yeah, that's great, right? And we talked about it with Tom Marie.
That's what I'm doing.
We saved it, right? We saved it for this year because we both needed it this year. We didn't need it last year.
Correct. I'm taking it for next year.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, once you learn how taxes work, and once you start talking to people, and we teach some of this in investor schooling. We also have advisors who come in and teach more of it. And once you learn how to pay less taxes legally, things get better.
Mm-hmm.
But Social Security, again, it's a tax, but it's a tax that you benefit from.
Correct.
And that's something I believe in. I believe in strong.
And it's completely acceptable that somebody else will benefit from that.
Right.
But I do think it needs to be even. It needs to be that everybody is getting the same chance, because we all believe that if something, for God's sake, happened to us, also Social Security will pay us. It will see us in the same way.
Right, to keep us alive. And that's the cool thing about this country is people, and even people in the worst position, will be able to live. We'll have to have shelter, they'll have food,
Correct.
and they'll have some health care, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll have some kind of health care. And it's amazing about this country. People don't get that. They don't understand how great this country is, that even the poorest of the poor can have those benefits if they choose them. Now you can say, well, why are there people on the streets? Why are there people living in 10 cities? Because they choose that. They can go into a shelter if they want to. They can get housing. They can get assistance, but they've chosen not to. And most of those people are drug addicts anyway. So they don't even know where they are.
Yeah, I always ask myself if it's right.
If what's right?
The idea that I know there are options, because as part of our exposure to dealing with real estate, we know those options exist. Those fundraising, those organizations that will help people to get a roof over their head, and then it always come to mind that some people don't take this option. And
Why is it?
Yeah, why is it?
So I think it's a combination of
The mental
pride, and pride is a reason you should never do that. If you need help, take it, right, from anybody.
You
right?
say mental pride?
Pride, like
Really?
yes.
No, I know it.
Right,
yeah,
right,
I
right.
got you.
And also drugs. You know, the drug addict. All the drug addict wants is one thing. What's that? Drugs.
Yeah.
And that's all they're going to concentrate on. They're going to concentrate on getting their fix for the day. You know, you see the zombies in Kensington, the zombies in Los Angeles. They're zombies. They're literally zombies. You ever see them?
No.
Where they walk, they're hunched over and they're walking around. They're like they don't even exist. You walk by them like, how is that a human being? You've never seen pictures of that?
No.
You need to see. You need to look it up. Look at pictures. Like go on your phone right now.
Drugs?
Just type in something like a drug addict zombie, and take a look at the pictures and what people look like when they're drug addicts. And these are the people. They don't even know it's raining. They don't know it's sunny. They don't know anything. They just know, I got my fix today, and here I am. And their life is nothing. It's moments and moments of just walking around, doing nothing, not even existing, not even knowing that somebody's standing next to them. It's scary. It's literally the zombie apocalypse, and it's caused by drugs. So those are those people too. I mean, Spencer Pratt ran a whole campaign on it, and he lost because of cheating. If you guys know that story too, the mayor in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So Spencer Pratt ran for mayor of Los Angeles and lost because of cheating. I mean, there's no way that 45,000 votes come in overnight and they're all for not him. It just doesn't happen. It's statistically impossible.
It's the ballots again.
Yeah, exactly. It's fake ballots. In fact, the person he was running against in the primary already cried because she lost, and then an hour later she won. It's amazing.
Okay.
So I have a theory that I took it kind of from a movie. There's a movie that's called As Good as It Gets. It had Jack Nicholson in it, but it was. I take that word, as good as it gets. So I have this theory that some people are comfortable, or they think that what they have right now is as good as it gets.
Right.
So I see it sometimes when I make calls and I see responses I get from people about how they couldn't make it into the Thursday class they signed up for. They'll say, sorry, I'm at the hairdresser and I can't get away right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no concept beyond the priority right then and there is to get my hair done.
Yeah.
There's no concept that your life could change if you were just to come in the door for 1 hour or an hour and a half. Yeah. And then you see people like, if they, I don't know, being people that have like handicap parking passes that don't need it.
Yeah, right.
That for them, that's as good as it gets.
Right.
I can park in front of the store and I feel like I'm riding in first class.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That their mindset is, to me, this is as good as it gets. How do you change somebody's like that's mind and try to open it up to operate? You can't, right?
You can't want it more than they do.
Right. So you could put the water in front of the horse, but they're never going to drink it.
And that's what I said before. So you made that joke when I said, when I say, how are you doing? You say,
better than I deserve.
And I said, no, it's exactly what you deserve. You are as good as exactly as you deserve. Because you have formed your own life. You have formed your own decisions. You have made your own life. And I'm going to tell you right now, the decisions you made 6 months ago or why you're doing great right now or why you're doing terrible right now. And you can't change those decisions 6 months ago. But you could change what you're doing now so 6 months from now your life is different. Look, I lost almost 60 pounds. Right? I didn't lose 60 pounds one day. I weigh 265 pounds. I'm going to go to 205 pounds by sleeping tonight and waking up tomorrow morning. No. I had to make real changes. I had to hire a personal trainer. I had to change my diet. Look, I started taking the GLP-1. Whatever it was I had to do it, and I knew that this was important to me now. So months later, now it's almost a year later, I'm down 60 pounds. And I look different. I feel different. I look in the mirror. I don't even recognize my body. I'm like, wow, I can't believe that.
You look great.
Yeah, I mean, I used to make a joke and say, when I looked at the mirror and saw my naked body, I would cry. Now I look in the mirror and I turn myself on.
Can we move on?
What was it? I thought the joke was I'm 10 pounds away from losing 40 pounds or something like that.
No. It used to be.
What would you say?
No. It used to be like I was at 240 and I wanted to lose the 40 pounds because I wanted to go to 200, right? So I was at 260. So I said I'm 60 pounds away from losing my 40 pounds. Right. So it was the truth because that's how bad it got. Now, and again, so here's what happened. So what happened was I actually fell. And I hurt my back, and I had trouble walking. I had trouble, I couldn't go to the gym anymore. And I started putting the weight back on, and then my back finally healed. It took about a year for my back to heal, and I finally healed, and I could start doing things again, but I chose not to. So because I chose not to, about 2 years later, I was back up to 265 pounds, and things got really bad for me. I couldn't go upstairs. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't sleep. I'm like, you know what? I got to make this change. And I decided to make the change, and that's how it happens. The same thing with finances. People will come in and they're like, I've been broke my whole life. We have some students who they've been broke their whole life, and one student yesterday I was coaching, 76 years old. You probably know who I'm talking about, scruffy beard, right? And he comes in yesterday. He goes, I'm struggling with some things right now. I said, what are you struggling with? Oh, yeah. He goes, I'm struggling with what stocks to pick. And I said, no, you're not. You know exactly what stocks to pick. What you're struggling with is actually winning. You're having a tough time winning for the first time. You can't believe that you can actually win. Your whole life you've been told you're a loser. And the guy, when I first met him, when he started telling me his story, I thought he wasn't very smart. It turns out the guy's super intelligent. And if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Right. He's super intelligent. I mean, the way he examines stocks and the way he examines stocks and the conversation he has. Now, he still may be a little green, but the conversations he has proves his intelligence to me every single time I talk to him. And his whole life he's been told he's a loser, he's dumb, he'll never come to anything. And now when he has people positively showing him the light that he can actually become something, he is. But he struggles with it. He struggles with, how come all of a sudden people are being nice to me? How come all of a sudden people say I can do these things? When my whole life they didn't say that. And that has to do with the people you hang around. Don't hang around with broke people. If you're going to hang around with broke people, you will be broke.
You know what you should do, Larry?
What's that?
You should create a separate course where you could change the mindset of people financially.
So we actually do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's
What's
called
that
Financial
called?
IQ. It's on my T-shirt.
Oh.
And I love it when you're condescending.
I'm not condescending. That was a transition to something. You have an answer for
But
everybody
instead of
out
saying
there.
You should create a course. You should say we created a course. Come on now. It sounds like
I thought I was setting it up.
You were setting it up. You were setting it up in a way that.
And now I'm told I'm being. No,
You
I
were
was
setting up in a way that was like, oh, listen to this. Where it's like, and we did. We created a course called Financial IQ. And it's a 3-day course, and the next one's coming up in Orlando, and it's 3 days. It's September 25th, 26th, and 27th. It's a 3-day weekend, and you're going to learn. It completely changes your mind. And if you want to find out more about that, you can give us a call during the week at same number.
No, it's not.
They can call me at that number.
It's 267
Okay, you do that. Okay.
486 1500.
You can call that number too, yeah.
Correct. It's 267 486 1500.
Right. That's our number for the school, and you can find out more about that. Or you can just come in on Thursday night.
That's to
and
me.
we'll tell you more.
I think that's to me the first step for people that are questioning or are skeptical, or we are telling them things that sound too good to be true. Come for one weekend and let us expose you to what we know right now. You don't have to take it.
It's not even what we know. It's what's inside your head already. Because what we do is we literally change your financial IQ and the things you think about money, how you think about money. And by the way, if you want to learn more about investor schooling and you don't want to, and you just don't feel like coming, get my book. I'll give you a free copy of my book. If you can send a text message to 26786. Send a text message to 26786 and send the word HACKS, HACKS, 26786 HACKS, and you will get a downloaded copy of my book, complimentary. Read it. I promise you'll find out things about money you didn't even know was real.
Correct.
I did a whole speech the other day. I was actually in Mexico City. They asked me to speak at the Bankers Club of Mexico City about whether money can buy happiness. Isn't that cool? And I proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that money can buy happiness. Now, it's not what you think. You can't go into the store and say, hey, I'll take 3 pounds of happiness. Here's $25. It doesn't work that way. But the ways that you can
It
buy
creates
happiness.
happiness. Money can create happiness for you.
No.
No?
It's true. It's not untrue. But you could be happy and rich, and you could be unhappy and rich. It doesn't really matter. But I could prove to you in chapter 5 of my book. Actually, it talks about can money buy happiness, and if you read this chapter, you'll quickly understand how money absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, can buy happiness. And when you see it, you'll understand it. As a matter of fact, I wrote a whole book my new book called Selflessly Generous.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about helping other people. It's all about how you can help other people to make yourself feel good. And when you make yourself feel good, when you help other people, it's great. It helps everybody. And I tell stories in both of those books about how you can make people feel better by helping them. And it just, you have to, it's selfish. By the way, Selfishly Generous is so funny. If you go to Amazon right now, Larry, and look up Larry Steinhouse, if you don't know how to spell selfish and generous, Selfishly Generous, you just look up Larry Steinhouse. And the funny thing is, the book it's right now it's $5.95 because the publishing company, actually it's our publishing company, we own the publishing company, we decided we were going to launch it at $6, just a pre-launch price, right? So we never even got a chance to pre-launch it, and it hit the bestseller list right away.
Okay.
So we haven't even had a chance to launch it yet. So the price is still $6. So if you want to go to Amazon and buy the book, it's $6. I mean, you can't buy a book for $6 anyway. The price is really going to be $15.95, but it's $6 right now because we haven't changed the price because we haven't actually launched it yet. So go to Amazon, Larry Steinhouse, Selfishly Generous, and buy this book. I promise you, it's gonna be worth the read, and it's a quick read too. All right, we got like I don't know, almost a minute.
Almost a minute.
Almost a minute. So what do you got, Omri? Anything real quick you want to say?
No, I think we summed it up very well, and I think everybody should give this a shot and make their life better. So go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and RSVP for a class. Come, see us in person, have a drink, have a treat, have fun, and if you don't like it, you don't have to stay.
You can leave. Yeah,
exactly.
We don't care.
We won't
hold
lock the
you
door.
in.
Exactly.
We won't lock the door.
Correct.
All right. What about you, Brian? You got 5 seconds. What do you want to say?
Don't be like me and wait 4 years to come into investorschooling.com.
Yeah, he did really great. Took him 4 years to come in. All right. I want to thank all the listeners for listening. I want to thank, of course, Glenn Page for being our awesome producer today. I want to thank Omri for being here and Brian for being here. And next week, Dr. Deb will be back. She's out doing some cool stuff again. And what else do I want to say? Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. Take a complimentary class and learn how to be rich. We'll see you Thursday night. Take care.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
You're clear.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Those of Investor Schooling or their
We just had a brownout.
Oh,
matter of fact, one of my computers just shut down. So we just had a power drop.
Is it storming there?
Yeah, it's stormy. Yeah, I'm sure it
As
is.
soon as you said we're done, the lights